So I want to show you around my new homepage. You can see I have the backlinks at the top of the page that are showing all the information I need. So these are all of the tasks I need to do, all the different habit days that I've been tracking. So this is a new page, so I've only been tracking the last few days. Then I have the comment section. In my comment section, I have all the things that I need to do to make sure I don't forget them. So some of the recurring tasks, like cleaning the teeth and all that sort of stuff. I have that in the comment section right at the top of the page. Then I have my personal tasks. So this is like my second to-do list, and I have all the different tasks in there. You can see them as different pages. Then I've written down the project, so I know what project the task is for. Then I have some goals. I have some notes as well, because some of the tasks you need to write notes on, and I like to see it in the table view rather than in the page. Just like this, I need to write my shopping list, so I'm going to write my shopping list in the page. So I need to write myself a note in the property so I can go into the page and then write it there. And you can see I've mentioned the page inside the shopping page. So it shows at the top of my homepage in that backlinks list. So I can see exactly what I need to do there. Then I have the notes, and then I have my status. So I'm using a select property as my status to do and done, so I can see when something is done or when I need to do something. And I show everything here so I can see what I've done in the past and what I need to do in the future. I also leave myself a blank row just so that I don't have to push the plus button and then start typing, just to speed things up, so I can just go into that box and type whatever the task is straight away. Now, I've related my personal tasks to my subtasks, and the reason I've done this is because sometimes I forget to do things, so I want to give myself a reminder. So I relate my tasks to my subtasks, and then in the subtask database, I have a date property that gives me a reminder. So I can see in Notion, it gives me a reminder roughly around the time that it needs to be done, and that is through the subtask, because subtasks can be slightly different. So some of them are just reminders, so I make sure I don't forget things. Other tasks may be more serious. So when I'm cleaning my room, I need to remember that I need to use a hoover, because sometimes I forget that, and I've got that as a subtask in that database. Then when we scroll down, you can see I have my business tasks. Now, my business tasks are different to my personal tasks, so I have them in different databases. And my business tasks are actually pretty much the same thing. They're just calls with different people. So instead of having loads and loads and loads of different calls with different people, I just duplicate the task. So when I'm duplicating the task, all the multi-select properties, they go down with the page. So I have copy of setup call, and then I have all the areas and that sort of stuff there. Then when I need to change them, I can go into the multi-select and change what they are, whether it's marketing level 1 or level 2 or level 3. I can change that around when I make the task. Then I have my goal select property, and most of these goals are the same, but I have them as a select property just in case I decide to add new goals in the future. Then I have my other files property for when I need to attach things from all over the place. I have that there just in case. And then I have my task ID. So what I do is when a new task is made, I just add a 1 to the task ID, and then I can use that when I'm relating these business tasks to my calendar or any other tasks. So you can see I have my subtask database in here as well. So if I have different things I need to remember for business tasks, I can go into my subtask database, make the subtask. Then when I go into the relation, you can see there's the ID property. So I can see what ID number it is, because the name of the properties aren't very useful because they're all the same. So I use the ID number so I can then relate the right subtask with the business task. Now as I move along, you can see I have my tick box, and I use the tick box for filtering different views. So I have this filtered for completed is unticked, but if I want to see all the tasks I want to see completed, I can just change that filter and then go backwards and forwards between those different views. So I just change the filter to see what I've done and what I haven't done. Then right at the end of this database, I have a relation to my calendar view. And I have a calendar view down the bottom of all my business tasks. So I have all of these setup calls as tasks in my business tasks, and you can see I have them in different areas in the board view just to make sure that I know what's going on. And I can see all of those setup call tasks that are in the different areas. So when I change the areas, I can do that here and drag them across if I need to. But this is great for seeing all the different information that I have in all of the different setup calls when I'm planning things out. Then in the calendar view, I just have a different task for that setup because I don't want to see all of that information in my calendar view. So I just have one task. And again, I copy that task multiple times. So it goes into the different days. So I copy all that information over. Then in the calendar view, view, I'm showing the date and then the relation, so I can see the date in the date property. When you go into the properties, I'm actually showing all the information. Now, when I go into one of those meetings, I can go into that relation property, I can get rid of the old relation because I've duplicated it, and then I can select the new call. And again, I'm using the ID number to find what call it is. When going down to the bottom of my page, this is where I add in my quick capture notes. So I have this at the bottom of my page so I know where it is all the time. Then I can push the template button and this makes a new notes page, and I can make the notes in this page. So every single time I make a note, I can just come down to the bottom of the page because I know where it is, make a new notes page, make those notes, and then when I'm done with the notes, I can just drag it into the archive page, which is next to it, so I know exactly where all my notes are. And then when it comes to habit tracking, you can see I have all of my habit tracking days here as separate pages. You see, I have the template button at the bottom, so I know exactly where that button is. Now, when I make a new page, it's going to generate all of those habits in the database. So I have a habits database that has all the habits I need as pages, so I can tick them off when they're done. Now I have a home link page, so I can go straight back to the top of the page and look at all the backlinks and things and tasks that I need to do at the top of the page. And I like having this in my page of my habits, so when I'm checking off my habits, I can go straight back there. So you can see now when I go back to the bottom of the page, the template button's still at the bottom, and then I can change the name of this page that's got my habits in. So when I go into the page and tick off my habits, I can tick them off right here, and then that's all set and done.